Today we're breaking down when is the best time to sell your property here in Louisville, Kentucky. We're going to be looking at Louisville, Kentucky, Jefferson County's market throughout the past 2 years data, so that way we actually get a pretty good time frame, and we're going to be looking at it and kind of just going over when the best time to sell is. We're going to be focused mainly on one number, and that number is really important because it tells us two different things. So we're going to talk about all that here in just a minute. My name is Spencer Lowe. I'm with United Real Estate Louisville. I'm a real estate agent here in Louisville, Kentucky. So if you do have any questions, feel free to give me a call, shoot me a text, or just drop them in the comments and I'll try to get back to you. My phone number is down in the description. Also, if you are new, I post market updates once a month. I also do buyer and seller tips as well as just general Louisville content. So make sure you subscribe and also click that bell notification so that way you never miss a market update. So the number that we're going to be looking at mainly today is based on our absorption rate. Now the reason that we look at our absorption rate for the best time to sell or the best time to buy is because it's based on buyer demand as well as seller supply. So what we're doing is we take the buyer demand, so average number of houses that we sell per month here in Jefferson County, we divide them by the total number of houses that are on the market in Jefferson County, and that gives us an absorption rate. So it's just a month of inventory. How many months of inventory do we currently have on the market? That's really important because 6 months of inventory is even playing field amongst buyers and sellers. So even playing field, 6 months, anything over 6 months, we're in a buyer's territory, buyer market territory. If we're under 6 months, we're in a seller's market. So it's important to realize absorption rate, really big deal because it shows buyer demand as well as seller supply, and it also tells us where we're at as far as buyer market or a seller's market. So the numbers aren't fully in for April of 2024, but we are going to be starting off in April of 2022, and then we're going to go through the numbers through all the way up through March of 2024. Now starting off of April of 2022, we were sitting at 0.78 months of inventory, and I'm going to put some graphs up on the screen, but this shows us that we are really, really low, and you'll notice that that's the lowest point on this graph. Now this is just 2022, part of 2023. We're going to have another graph here in a minute with the rest of them, but as of right now, that's the lowest that it's going to get on that graph. So less than a month of inventory. The highest that it gets is in November, and we were at 1.36 months of inventory. Now that's still under a month and a half of inventory, which is super, super low compared to 6 months, which is even playing field amongst buyers and sellers. With that being said, November looked like it was a worse month to list than April was that year because we had more houses for buyers, but it's a good time to buy in November because we had less buyer competition for the amount of houses that were on the market. Now the absorption rate in April of 2023 was sitting at 1.08 months of inventory. So we're just over a month of inventory, which isn't a whole lot of inventory, especially considering 6 months is even playing field amongst buyers and sellers. And that's something that we keep going back to because it shows that we're so low in inventory for our current buyer demand. Now, once again, April was our lowest point on the graph. With that being said, moving to the highest point, that was in November of 2023, we were sitting at 1.85 months of inventory. Now with that being said, that's still under 2 months of inventory, which is still seller's market territory, but compared to April of 2023, it would have probably been better to list in April over November because there's more buyers for few houses in April than there was in November. What you'll notice is over the past 2 years, April was always lower on our absorption rate compared to November. And what that tells us is that there's more buyers on the market for fewer houses in April than there are typically in November. Now, if you look over the past 2 years, April was obviously the lowest on our absorption rate compared to November, which tells us that April was a little bit better of a month to sell, but we're still in a seller's market. We're under 6 months of inventory, so it really doesn't matter that much. You're still gonna get a better deal than what you would have if we were in a buyer's market. With that being said, April is slightly better compared to other months in the year over the past 2 years, and it's probably gonna be the same this year. We're still waiting on our numbers for April to come out, but in March of 2024, we were sitting at 1.44 months of inventory, and that is down compared to November, and it continues to go down as you see on the graph. With that being said, April was slightly better, November was a little bit worse, but we're still under 6 months of inventory, and it's really important to realize that it's mainly based on when you want to actually move and your time frame. Because if you're planning to move to Florida and you want to sell in November, well, hey, let's go ahead and list the house. If you've already bought a house down in Florida or you've got a rental or whatever you're doing, whatever the plan is, it's always based on your time frame. If you're ready, it's probably going to be the best time for you to go ahead and move. With that being said, if you are looking at selling your house this year or next year, give me a call. My phone number is down in the description. I'd love to help you out. Once again, my name is Spencer Lowe. I'm with United Real Estate Louisville. Give me a call or shoot me a text if I can help out.